Hi guys, this is Carolina with Latino Voices. We're live today. It's our second live stream, and we're here with the wonderful and beautiful and talented Deluna.
Oh, thank you. Hello guys, how are you all? Beautiful people, loves. I'm here with Carolina.
Of course. And don't forget, as part of this live stream experience, you should ask the questions below. Ask questions for Kat. I mean, I don't think you want to ask me anything, but if you do, you're welcome to. And here, we're just going to start off.
Yes.
Right off the bat.
Oh my god. Yes,
Okay.
I know, we're like
New music.
literally okay, new music. We're like talking here, and like I was telling her off camera, I want this to be like so fun and very personable. So again, just to reiterate what she just said, ask me all the questions. Todas las preguntas que tengan, pregúntenlas y escríbanlas ahí para que ellas me las pregunten, so we could talk reality with you guys.
En todos los idiomas. We don't speak French or
Je parle un petit peu de
just kidding.
français.
Un peu français.
Arigato desu, konnichiwa.
Okay, so any language, except any language. But the universal language, music.
Music. You said it.
I heard you rushed a new album.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what's coming up.
Oh my god. So today's a great press day. I've been going up and down, and finally, I know, all my Delunatics, my fan army, whom I love my whole life, they have been waiting for my new album, for my American sophomore album, which is titled Viva Out Loud. So it's been a while, and I just, I do see your tweets and your Instagrams, Facebook posts, everything, all the online stuff.
People waiting for
new music. I actually do talk to them a lot too. So, we kind of sit down and we said, well, Kat, you already have all of the songs that you want for Viva, so why not just, rush an album for them? I didn't understand it at first, and I was like, what do you mean? They're like, no, rush an album. So load up to Viva Out Loud. So, that's kind of crazy, right? So what I do want to say, for the first time here live on live stream, this is the first time anyone's going to hear it. So the album is called Loading, the rushed album, and it comes out, I don't want to say the date. There's a date. I don't know. It comes out in June. Maybe I want to leave it for me. It comes out late June.
The summer?
Yeah, no,
for sure.
It comes out. No, it comes out June.
Okay,
there's
June.
a date. You know the date.
Yeah.
I just don't want to tell
date.
you know the date. I don't want to
say it. She doesn't want to say
it. Yeah, just yet, because I feel
just Facebook message me later. No.
Yeah, and be like, I told you. No, just because I feel that because they have been waiting for such a long time, I want to give them the right information. And right now that I know the right information is, it's called Loading. It's a compilation of a few songs that have maybe been. I'm giving away too much.
Okay,
a few songs with brand new songs that I am very excited, and it's going to help me set the tone for Viva Allah that actually comes out later on this year, not too late. So am I not making things up, but I'm telling you.
Yes. Let's talk a little bit about what fans can expect, because obviously it's your second album in the U.S.
Yes.
But you did release Inside Out in 2010.
Yeah.
You released it in Europe.
Yeah,
right?
I released it in Europe and Japan.
Yeah, you had a few singles here.
Yeah,
they made it into the U.S. anyway.
Amazingly, Push, Drop It Low, Party O'Clock. Those were all part of the Inside Out album, which is a European album. That then, that's when the whole online thing started. Like when everyone got really deep in it. And then, I know I speak really deep in it.
you gotta get deep in it.
Everyone just got, I want to say educated online. And we learned that it was a new world. And that's when I really found out the strength of my fan army, the Lunatics. Because although here in the States I did not have an album release, I was still, on the top of the dance charts and the clubs. And although, for example, when I did a song for Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you were on too.
Yeah,
you had two songs.
Yeah, two songs on there. Yeah,
Calling You.
Yeah, Calling You.
One of my favorite songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, what was that under?
My God,
I heard it in that movie.
Yeah, and then we did Unstoppable, which was just for the movie, which was kind of like rocky and it was fun.
Like a single,
But then I started to do more things that weren't just album leaning, and then I said I want to be able to feed. I say feed, the fan army, like the music, because like I said, like it's my music when I'm recording it. Once I release it, it's your music, you know? So then that's when we came up with Drop Below. So then I saw how amazing the effect was. And again, what I wanted to say about that, not only was the album just released overseas, but with singles that came from over there to here, basically, they were like, we need you here.
Yeah.
And what they didn't know, since we're talking, what's been the long wait. There's just a few things happen, behind the scenes that, it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
People don't know that, for example, before this interview, we sat down, you had to book it. We had to say, okay, we're going to talk about this, sit down, boom. It's not just like, I'm here. A few things happened where I had to, hurry up and wait. And finally I just took the initiative, and now I'm bringing out my sophomore album under E1 in the worldwide and in the US, and also later on this year too with UK Item Def Jam. It's just a bunch of things.
Well, that is one of the things, because it has been, I think, like 7 years, I think.
Yeah.
And it definitely, people always think like, oh, what's happening, what's going on. But during that time also, people evolve. So like, tell me what's, different. What can people expect in this album that maybe wasn't in Nine Lives
or Inside Out, or the songs I put out. It's funny, I'm like, I'm a very interesting artist. It's like, not just albums everywhere.
Yeah.
I would say, yes, you're right. I have grown musically as a person, as a woman. So it's funny. I was just up in 92.3 a New York station, Amp Radio. I went live, and then I sat down with the crew there, and I said, I'm gonna play you guys the album. Let me see what you guys think. And, Water Night, with featuring Jeremiah, which is a single right now. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. It's out on iTunes. By the way, let me link it. Let me do the plugs. I'm really excited also. Yeah. Thank you all for the million views on Vivo, and, the Spotify's of the world, like over 1 million hits. Yes. So I'm excited. But
there's some great dancing by Kat.
Great I know. I was like with Jeremiah, flirting with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Even though, no, he's just a great guy. But yeah, so I sat down with them and I played them the album, part of the album, and they were like, Kat, actually the PD there, he goes like, Kat, you know what I'm excited about? That when you hear this album, you could hear how you have grown vocally as a person. I've heard you do things in 4 songs vocally that I have not heard you do before.
Okay.
And sonically, it's just amazing where you should be. He goes like, it sounds like if someone expects a Deluna big record plus the growth. So for example, you could hear a song, oh my God, am I giving it out? No. Let me just give it out. It's fine. There's a song which is one of my favorite. It's not an upbeat song. People are not, the people that know that I sing, I'm an opera trained vocalist, I'm a singer. I know I'm poppy cool, but I'm like that. Believe it or not, I'm the corny, choir girl.
Yeah.
To say corny, you know what I mean? Like we're just quiet.
I know.
Quiet
and talented.
Yeah. I'm like, like that when, I'm like Olivia Newton in Grease, that then she went cool, and then she got like, you want to shape up? Yeah. Cause I need a man. So, sorry. That's me. So then you hear the song that is just beautiful, and it's just speaking. It's very taboo-ish, what I'm speaking about. And it's where you come from the other, perspective of the other woman.
Ooh.
I know. Everyone's like, Kat, no. I like to, for example, when Katy Perry came out with I Kissed the Girl.
Right.
No one thought, oh my God. But you kind of see, and it could be the other way. It could be the woman talking to her man about the other woman.
Yeah.
Why I get the dark part, and I want it, the dark part of your heart. But just the way that I'm singing and the notes and I'm crying in the song is just very beautiful and touching. I feel that music to me is also acting, So also there's this other crazy vibed out song. I don't even want to give the name because that might be the next song, the next single. But you're definitely going to hear a futuristic Kat and me just hitting those operatic notes on top of crazy electrified European tune.
Yes.
That I don't, if I keep on talking, I'm
never
going to know.
Just keep talking.
And then there's a song that is talking about a party, in a Brooklyn basement.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, and actually, that's a segues because I remember in your wind-up video. The first thing that you do was like, I heard you can do the opera thing.
And I was like,
and then I think you went to
and
how high can you, because you went really high. How high can you go now?
That's a good question. The vocal cords, it's a muscle.
Yeah.
The more you exercise it, the higher you can go. That's why I always say, people always try to say, oh, Kat has 8 octaves and whatever, which I do, especially operatically if you count, my actual tone, and then, because when you sing in operas in your head voice, it's like, can I try something with you? It's so simple. Look, watch. Go like, okay, now go, you see it? There you go. So the more you exercise, you know, it could go higher and higher. So to me, there sky is the limit. I am a challenge to myself. I compete with myself in the studio. I say what? They say, Kat, I don't know if you can hit that note. Put me on, yo. Hold up. I'll be like, I do like, because you know how they say my teacher always, my vocal instructor, he always teaches me to make beautiful sounds, you have to make ugly sounds. You know, so like for example, I know that sounds weird, but that note, you know, I just hit it. So I'm giving you tips. So when I do that in the studio, that's how I hit those notes.
I'm gonna hit you up for some tips later, because I mean, I don't know.
I've done that on stage. I'm like, well, I'm about to sing a ballad for you guys. Hold up, I gotta warm up. And I go like, you know, and then like, and then like I hit the note.
You're warming it up.
So
You're
funny.
warming it up. The
I love to share, but great question. So to me, to any vocalist, I would say, hey mama or hey guy, you know, just practice. You know, sky's the limit. Like you just, it's a muscle.
Yeah, that's incredible. But you know, one of the things also that I was like just kind of preparing for this, I'm like looking up Wine Up, and I'm like, wait a minute, you know, wow, she was 19. When you released Nine Lives, you were 19, and you became like an international sensation. So, just what was it like to, you know, receive all of that attention at the same time when you're that young?
I'm getting my goosebumps as you speak, because believe it or not, now is when I'm seeing it. You don't see it when, at least for myself. I know people, oh, Kat is so cool and humble. People say to me, girl, do you know what's happening to you? I'm like, what, singing? I didn't see it at first. I saw my dream. I saw where I wanted to go. I'm a very ambitious woman. The word no, it doesn't exist. Like I said to you, the word, oh, I can't, that doesn't exist. If something doesn't go down, it wasn't meant, you know, but I'm still going to open the back door and get in. You know, like that's my, I'm like.
Or crack open a window.
Yeah, crack open a window. Or I'd be like, well, God is going to just, you know, how they say, I read something like he just burst up the roof, you know, for me. I walk in through there. But I just, you know, for me, it was a hurry up and wait situation. When I did 9 Lives in a month with Red One, who was so amazing, you know, so amazingly talented. You know, 06 was when we started, at the end of 06, really, for like, you know, when I just like hit 19. I was like, I thought I was so grown, but I was very like, you know. And then 07, we, you know, they heard Epic at the time. They were so excited and they put out the song. We knew it was going to be an amazing hit. We didn't expect for the international success to come so sudden. So it was like, Kat, on the plane, like, Kat, do this, do that. So, you know, I wouldn't change anything. The only thing, maybe I would have hoped that I would be a little bit more savvier with fashion and beauty, because a lot of the times, you know, I was, you know, 19, hurrying up and wait. So certain pictures, again, I'm just, you know what they ask. No. I'm like, oh, I wish I would have worn something different.
But that's part of the process.
But that's part of. I grew up in people's faces.
It's like you have to wear things you don't like to get to the places.
Yeah, but I was doing a lot of, you know, and it was 07. I was doing a lot myself, and I feel like I grew up. Yeah, that's what you call it. I became me. In people's faces. I didn't have, you know how they say sometimes the artist development, not like I needed it, I would want to say, but I didn't have that. It was like, oh, there she goes, sign, out. But it was the most amazing adventure. It still is, because I still believe that I am still rising to where I want to go in life. You know, it's just, you know, there have been a lot of like hurry up and wait still. But I am just excited. And I say nowadays that, you know, when I meet younger artists or, you know, artists like myself or people that want to come in and do it right now, I say just make sure that you do not ride the hype. Be ready and know what you want. You know, that's one thing I did know. I knew what I wanted. You know, and just always be kind. Be kind to people. You know, that's one thing I think I make friends with everyone, and I don't know, I'm a friendly person. Like I see people and I hug them, like I'll invite you to do salsa. I love hanging out.
Yeah.
And that would take you a long way. I think so. And don't ride the hype. Don't do what everybody else is doing.
Don't ride the hype.
Yeah, because when you ride the hype, and then you're riding the hype, and then once it's dead, everyone turns their back, and where are you? Just prepare for the next moment. And yeah, that's what was happening around in my head. And then I sat down and I said, oh my God, I was like a teen sensation. I prepared my whole life for it, and at 19, I saw it all come to life. But I want to say I didn't enjoy the moment immensely how I see it now, because I was also but I don't blame it. It is the way it is. You know, it is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say tragically, but it's the truth. You know, after the success and after everything that you've done, that's when you sit down to unwind and you enjoy what just happened to you.
Yeah. But one of the things that I found interesting for you to do so young in 9 Lives, or with specifically with Wine Up, is back then and I think still to a certain extent now, Latino artists have a hard time kind of fusing their Latin roots and feeling like they can bring that influence in and still be successful in the mainstream.
Yes.
And I think that, Wine Up kind of shattered that, because you had you singing and upbeat in English, and then you'd like be with verses in Spanish, like how do you do that? How do you approach, did you ever feel like somebody told you can't be both? You can't bring in your roots, your Dominican roots?
It's funny that you would say that. I mean, I love all your questions. Carolina, you're so good. Eres tan buena, Carolina. Actually, that really, you hit the, what is it, the point, or what is it they say?
The nail on the head.
You hit the nail. I don't know Spanish or English sometimes. Yo no sé ni español ni inglés, imagínate. It happened in 2006. I was, before I got signed by, an Epic, which was my first, Sony, thank you, my first label ever. They, before them, because they understood it, people were like, well, you're cute, you could really sing your butt off, but, should you just do reggaeton? Or some were like, well, should you just be like an opera singer? I was like, excuse me, because I'm Latino, I'm only supposed to do reggaeton. No, but I'm, not, I love reggaeton, but that's already a set, category. I want to do something new. I love the Aretha Franklins of the world, whom songs I could sing, There's No Tomorrow. But then I love my Shakiras of the world, and, Gloria Estefan, the same way I love Beyonce. And I said, I want to put that all into it. So it's kind of like they forced me to do that. Everyone that was not believing, but not understanding my project, forced me to want to put all my sounds together as one. And that's when, I met with Red One, and it was funny when I speak, I'm like long-winded, I talk a lot,
no.
as you guys see.
That's how you get the
so
story.
I said that, and I was like, I don't know, because, I'm Dominican, and then I'm from New York, and then I was raised in Newark, and I could sing opera, and then I have bachata, and I'm like, that girl is poison, and I want to put that out into music. He's like, relax. He was like, yeah, calm down. And I was like, okay, so how do we do this? He's like, okay. So he's like, and then I said, you're right. And then the fact that he was just so talented, and he speaks all the languages too, so we were able to put all that into music. That's how it happened. So they made me do it. They didn't want me to do it, so they made me do it.
But I mean, honestly, it's what they say, like, music is the universal language.
It is the universal language.
People are always like, because, for example, like, I went to Juan, I don't know if you Juanes.
Juanes. Oh my gosh. I met Juanes actually in Los Premios Cassandra, which is one of the biggest award ceremonies in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, yeah.
For my first, the year I had, it's one of the most prestigious awards, and I received one next to, Juanes was there.
Wow.
And so was Juan Luis Guerra. And one
of my favorites.
Let me tell you, I was in a category con Juan Luis Guerra. I feel like we should talk in Spanish.
Yeah.
Estaba en Los Premios Cassandra, estaba en una categoría con Juan Luis Guerra. And of course, I was like, come on, I'm not gonna,
Juan Luis Guerra.
Yeah, Juan Luis Guerra is gonna win. But the fact that he sat there, and when he got the prize, he got the award, he actually said, and he was honored to be in a category with me. Had I just had a year and a half that I had just started with an amazing person, Juan Luis Guerra, as you guys must know.
He's a legend.
The legend. He is like the Beatles of like Latin music, even though he's one artist. He's really done it.
He was like
past
my childhood. Yeah, it was like everything.
Lyrically,
he's very tall.
Yeah, musically, he's so tall. But it was just an honor.
Nice. Yeah.
It was just an honor. It's like if someone has Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant saying,
exactly.
Of music, the music scene. So right then and there, I said, all right, I know what my job is. And going back to what you were saying, the Latino hood, I say Latino, my Latino hood, I feel that it is important to rep who you are. And I don't only rep for the Latino hood. I love to put dance on my music. I love, I'm right next to Haiti, so I love Creole and compa. Everything that has to do with representing the world, I'm there for. Especially when it comes to, again, being Latina, because I believe that if you lose yourself, then who are you? Who are you representing?
Agreed. And at the same time, it's like you said, like there's so many more things that you want to put into it, because we're Latino, but we're also other things. Like it's like Latinos don't just like Latino shows.
Yeah.
We like everything.
Yeah, it's not like I'm only going to like Latino food or Latino colors. Yeah. It's funny, for a while though, I was almost put in a box, and I said, I'm not going to wear red lipstick. I know, it was just me. Or red flowers in my head, because I'm going to be the Latino American that I am, and you put me on that stage. That's one thing I knew, and I got that actually, J-Lo, I remember once when she did, think about it, are her roles in the movie. Yeah. She's Latina, but she plays other nationalities. Yeah. Think about it. That's very smart. She's like, no, I'm an actor, you know.
But as far other than J-Lo, is there any other inspirations that you have in the industry about?
Selena Quintanilla.
Oh,
my
okay.
whole life. My whole life. That was one of the girls because I related to her. She was this American Latino girl with Latino parents, but she spoke English and she loved to represent who she was. Like a huggoose. I always get cry when I talk about her.
Yeah, she just had her anniversary.
Yes, her anniversary, her birthday too.
Yeah, her birthday.
And I just saw how her family and her, they fought for it until they made it. And you know, it's tragic what happened to her. That's another thing. You know, trusting too much or certain people. You know, letting a few people too close to you. It happens in life. Yeah. It's tragic. We don't know things like that happen, but it's just an amazing. She was an amazing inspiration for me. Still is. Beyonce, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Aaliyah. I have so many inspirations. Believe it or not, I love Sarah Vaughan, who's an amazing she's from before all of our times.
I was like, you know,
she actually is like a jazz, like classical musician, and she was just her beautiful voice, Billie Holiday. Yeah. I love.
And you mentioned Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Ella Fitzgerald. You know.
So you're like jazzy soul R&B.
Yeah, John Legend. You know, I love artists that kind of like infuse music as it was with what's now. Yeah. You know, believe it or not, as young as I am, because you know we are young. Yeah. I sometimes don't fully. Not that I don't fully agree. There goes the musician in me. I don't fully agree with some music things that are happening, but I know these are just fades that come and go.
But like what, for example?
I mean, no, like certain beats that, or you know, again, I can't talk much because at time as an artist, recording artist in this day and age, I do want to say that sometimes it's like, you know, you're forced to kind of sometimes follow the radio for a bit until you break. You know, that's happening sometimes. You know, to me, for example. You know, but it's a win-win situation. Sometimes win and lose. But when it comes, you know, for example, I sat down with my opera teacher and he says, I don't want you to sing pop music anymore. You should be singing classical music. You know, so then it's like two worlds.
Yeah, totally.
It is, but they believe a certain way, and so I'm always stuck in the middle. So that's why it's weird. Like when you meet me, I'm like the fun girl, but then like at times I'm like, no, just music, just singing. Right. It's crazy. I know.
It's pressure, but
it's pressure.
Diamonds are made under pressure.
But I know I don't. I like to say that's my opinion. Sometimes I don't agree. It's not that I don't fall into it. You know, we're all young, forever young. How I say, and yeah.
Yeah, and when you're in the moment, it's hard to see what is and what
I know, and they're like telling us like, oh, we almost. I'm like, oh, I want to go. I know, but we're so much to talk about. Not only that, but if you hear, in my album, you're gonna hear a lot of amazing colors of what we've been talking about. Not only my Latinhood, but who I am as a person, as a musician. Not only are you gonna get "What a Night" featuring Jeremiah that I redid from the Four Seasons. So it's a sample. Yes. It is a new sound for me. Talking about sound, it is a new sound for me because we mixed in R&B with a little bit of pop and world music, and then Jeremiah got on it, and then you're gonna hear from crazy pop songs to amazing, beautiful, you know, just ballads.
Before we leave, though, I do want to get some questions from the fans.
Okay. Oh, yes.
If we got any.
Oh my God, I talk so much. I'm sorry, guys.
We want to make sure we get some of those in.
So some of your fans wanted to know. Well, Norma Salivar wants to know what your favorite thing about creating this new album has been.
Oh my God, great. Norma Salivar?
Yes.
Norma Salivar. The best part for me has been just being able to really count on you guys, because believe it or not, I do read a lot of your, you know, comments, a lot of your, you know, inputs. So sometimes I may be singing a ballad and I'm like, what would they think? And I go and I ask a question. And I think that's been the funnest part and the biggest part for me. And I thank you guys for your support.
Many people, so John Chance Acevedo says many people say you've been gone for too long. And they want to know what they can look forward to in the coming months.
In the coming months. Oh, Jana Acevedo, I love you so much. I know, it's a big world out there. I have been, you know, I feel people say I've been gone away too long, maybe because they have not heard here in the States a second album. But I've been traveling, as you see in other songs. But I know you want me here for good. And every day. So, you know, for example, May 29th, for all my New Yorkers and whoever wants to come, tri-state area people, I will be singing one of the big things in my career that I have to, you know, redo, is the anthem. Believe it or not. Ooh. So I'll be singing it. It's going to be live on ESPN May 29th at the Yankee Stadium for the soccer, for the soccer game, the big soccer game. Orlando is playing. Okay. So things like that. And come. Also, hey, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. There you can see my day-to-day everything.
Nice. And Ramon Guzman wants to know if you have a tour coming up.
Ramon Guzman. Yes, indeed. I don't have my own tour yet, but it will be, and that's another answer. I guess just follow me, Instagram Cataluna, and Facebook Cataluna. Because very soon I'm putting up my dates. The nearest thing I am touring around. I'm going to Knoxville. I'm going to Vegas, to LA, but those are all radio shows. Maybe you could come. So I'll post them very soon, like maybe tomorrow. I'll remember you, and there everyone can see.
And everyone else is, including everyone's writing in, just saying that they're sending you their love from Malta and from Mississippi and everywhere else.
From Malta, Mississippi, thank you so much. And I do want to say, that thank you guys. I know it's been a long wait, and that's why, like I was telling Carolina in the beginning, we have rushed the album. Mm-hmm. So it's called Loading into Viva Albao that comes out later, but Loading is your album, like your actual album, the Lunatics album, that comes out next month. Yeah, next month. So I actually just learned that today. So I'm kind of like, I'm letting them, I'm like, let me find out it's the real date, like the date you guys are talking about. I don't want to give you guys a date that may change for a week later, but it's not, I promise. June, at the end of June, you'll get Loading from Cataluna.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kat, for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for everybody who asked questions. We're hoping to do a lot more of these.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Seriously.
much.
I know. We always have fun. We always try to have fun.
We always try. And I do want to say again, let me, put it in. Just make sure you guys go check out, if you have not, everyone around the world, todo mundo en el mundo, chequea mi nuevo sencillo, What a Night con Jeremiah and Vivo and Spotify. Same thing. Mon nouveau chanson, What a Night, featuring Jeremiah at Deluna at Vivo. Go check it out, écoutez ma musique. And please go listen to my new song, What a Night, featuring Jeremiah. And the album, Loading, that comes out next month in June. Yeah. Yes. I love you guys. Los quiero mucho. You know what it is. Y aquí estamos en Post Latino, Huffington.
Latino Voices.
Latino
Thank you,
Voices.
guys.
Besos.